y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Two Scribbles, One Motherfucking Pole. So for those of you who are watching, you can see that my usual setup is very much not usual. I moved out. I am in the process of moving out. I literally just have this chair, this coffee table, and then I gotta take this trash out with me. But I was like, I still got like $5 left on my account for the laundry, so we gonna use it because we gonna get the most out of it. And the other place that I'm at, the laundry is like $2.73 a load. Like, why? That is ridiculous. $2.75 per load. Here it's $1.75, which is still just like, it adds up so quickly. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Like, I wonder once I edit this if like the echo is really as crazy as it sounds, because there's nothing in this apartment. But this is also, by the time I release this episode, my birthday is tomorrow. Your girl is turning 28. And so if you're listening to this, yes, my birthday is tomorrow. If you're watching this, my birthday was yesterday. If you're watching it when I released it, which some of y'all be on it. Some of y'all be on it. Okay, I fuck with y'all. But yeah, like this apartment is my 20s. I moved in when I was 23. So I was here more or less like for 4 years, and what a crazy 4 years it was. The first night I moved in, me and Dixie, we went out to Looney's. What a time to be alive. The very first night is like a celebration, even though we were there every weekend. Like, we were Looney's. Honestly, it's crazy how much we used to rotate 3 places. It was Ultra Bar, Looney's in College Park, and then Mana, which is in like University Boulevard, like Langley Park, that area, if you're PG County familiar. But it was just like we had them 3 places on rotation, and every once in a while, like, we would throw something else in, but it just wouldn't hit the same. So we would end right back to the one of our spots. And I remember once, like, my friends used to text me all the time, like, it's not the same. Where y'all bitches at? Y'all need to be here. And it was crazy because when we would walk into Looney's, like, motherfuckers would really be on the wall doing nothing. Like, y'all can't be y'all own party. We can't be the party for y'all every week. Like, that's ridiculous. Neither here nor there. But that night we went to Looney's, and it was a great time. And I remember when we were leaving, I had like got in the front seat. And I was sitting there giving myself a pep talk. I was like, bitch, it's only 10 minutes away. You got this. You got this. And I was like, I'm going to take a little nap before Dixie get in the car. Do not drink and drive. So I didn't. I was like sitting there. I was trying to talk myself. I was like, it's 10 minutes. You got it. It's good. And I was like, I'm going to take a little nap. So I closed my eyes, and Dixie come knocking on the door for me to open it. I just looked at her, and I was like, bitch, I'm drunk. I guess like, insert name here, I'm drunk is kind of like my catchphrase. But I was like, bitch, I'm drunk. She's like, Kiki, you drunk? I was like, I'm drunk. She was like, oh, Kiki, no. And she was like, you want me to drive? I was like, yes, please. And so I didn't even bother getting out the car. I just crawled to the back seat. And then she drove us home, and I don't remember the drive home. I remember her backing into my parking space, and I opened the passenger. I was in the back seat. The driver's passenger don't even make sense, but technically it does, because that will be a passenger. But anyway, I just opened the door and threw up. And then I don't even remember getting out the car or to the door, but I remember being at the door because this dude that we had saw that night had texted me talking about something, what you doing? Nigga, I'm going to sleep. What the fuck? I need to go to sleep, okay? And then it took us 2 weeks to really figure out like how the rest of the night went. And then Dixie found this video of us getting in bed. I just like ripped all my shit off and got in bed. Oh and then there was a time that I scaled the building because I was locked out. And it was like 4:00 in the morning, and I locked myself, well, obviously Kia, locked myself out. And so I ended up, I refused to call my mom. So Mom, if you're ever watching this, yeah, I did that. This whole series is like me snitching on myself. But yeah, I just didn't want to call my mom because then it was going to open up a can of questions that I just was like, it's 4:00 in the morning. I don't got time for this. I got to be to work tomorrow morning. So I called Dixie, and luckily she answered and she picked up and gave me my spare key. But before I did that, I went outside, and I think I might have talked about this before. This is when, briefly, maybe I have been pole dancing for like a month. I started pole dancing in this apartment, like, wow. I was outside and I was sitting here trying to figure out like, how could I do this? And I definitely tried to, I was like, oh, it's not that high. Like, I'm good. And it's like, the way my building is cinder blocks that have like the holes in them. So I was like, oh, I'll just grip and like Spider-Man myself up the wall. And y'all, I made it. I lived on the 4th floor. I made it to like 3.5, and it was so close. But I was like, if I fall, I'm done. And also, like, if somebody's watching me right now, it's only a matter of time before you hear whoop whoop. So I was like, let me go back down. And then I called Dixie and she came. Yeah. And then there was like, I've locked myself out quite a few times. I have a problem, clearly. But y'all, this move out process was so ghetto. Like, I'm a picker, and I have a pimple on my chin that I just like really bothered me. Anyway, there's like, it's weird because there's nothing in here, and I've never been. I lied. The first time that I moved out of here, I came back and I painted for my landlord. I did the paint job. So I was in here when it was empty, but it's just not the same, like, to see myself on camera, and it's like I usually see all of the things, and it's literally like bareback. Is weird. But yeah, what else happened in my first year while I was here? It was just like, Tal used to come over all the time whenever we would go out, because I think, what was she? She was in like Woodbridge then, and so she was here for the weekend partying with us. She was like, can I sleep on? And the first time that I lived here, I had 2 futons pushed together to make like a makeshift L-shaped couch. And I also, did I have an airbed too? I think I had an airbed. I might not have had the airbed. Yeah, no, because I think I got the, no, I didn't have an airbed. But yeah, it was just like, shit, if there's parking, or sometimes we would park down the street. Come on over, girl. Yeah, what else happened? Like, wow. And to see just so many different phases of like when I first moved in, and it was still my first year teaching, and then going and turning my dining room into a classroom, and having like, I had got one of them like the foldable tables, and I had to go rent out a Mac computer from my school, prop that up on one, had my little laptop, had like all of my stuff. My dining room was not a dinner room, but I had like a smaller table, so I was able to do it. That's when I was in that serious relationship, so panoramic time. Like, I was in here in the panoramic by myself, just swinging around on the pole. So at the peak of the panoramic, when I had first got my hair cut, this is when like Tiger King was happening and the Don't Rush Challenge was happening, and it was me, Dixie, Tal, and then my other friend Law, and we had all decided to do the Don't Rush Challenge. Okay, y'all, nobody told me, because I don't remember if it was like part of it, but we decided to make like shots part of our thing, because I remember it was like everybody is just like looking like they in the house chilling, and then they all glowed up and cute, like they ready to go out. So we did shots, right? And I had to take like 4 or 5 takes, right? I didn't get the memo that we weren't taking real shots. So I was in here drunk as fuck on a Tuesday because I had to keep redoing it. Everybody else was like, bitch, I know a couple of them did fucking sweet tea. I don't like sweet tea. I don't. So it didn't even occur to me to do sweet tea. So I'm just in here throwing back Crown Peach, having the time of my life. Yeah. Wow. A couple of game nights. But I really didn't have, like, my first time living here, I didn't have people over for real because of the parking situation. So then when I moved back in, because I lived here for 2 years, and then when my lease was up, I had moved in with my partner at the time. That was about 7 months, and then I had lived with my mom for like a couple, and then I was able to move back in here. And so I moved in the beginning of August of 22, and I ended up having a little like birthday girls night. So that was like my first real party in the house, but like more than like 2 to 3 people. But it was like, I don't know how many of us it was, but that was a fun night for sure. Yeah. And then, so in one of the episodes that I had recorded a couple weeks ago, I was talking about, that's where I had cut myself off. This move out process was so ghetto, y'all. So if you're on Patreon, at the time of this recording, I haven't, like I told y'all a couple weeks ago, because last week's episode was recorded after this. So whenever it was, I told y'all I was recording episodes. So I did like, I did some, well, I'm actually about to record Toy Talk after this. But it's raining like shit. Oh, excuse me. Y'all. It's just, don't mind me. Y'all love it though, because y'all be here every week. And guess what? We got motherfuckers in Russia. Y'all need to stop dropping bombs. Tell y'all people, y'all need to stop dropping bombs. But we are really global. We're also in United, what is it? Oh my God, I was just reading it last night. But we in a couple places, okay? We's global for real. So shout out to y'all. I can't remember. Oh, I was talking about how ghetto this move out was and how I was hoarding episodes. But before, no, let me just, because I forgot what I was going to say already. It's amazing what y'all know I just be all over the place, but the fact that I don't have any decorations is making my attention span even less stronger than it barely was. I was hoarding episodes because now you know why. Moving out, so I was just recording. And in one of the, there was a poll play. I had said something, but I can't remember what the fuck I was even saying. So I guess next week I'll update y'all on whatever it was I was trying to say, because it just went in one side of my brain and out the other. But maybe this was it. I don't know. But the day that I was moving out, I had recorded a poll play. That morning, I had got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and mind you, this was maybe 2-3 days, because the fire episode was on a Sunday, and then I think I ended up moving out that Wednesday. So the Monday and Tuesday was ghetto at work and still trying to move shit out, and then Wednesday. So Wednesday, I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning because I told myself I was going to be able to record a full episode. And then I had it in my mind that I was going to get a whole bunch of shit done. And it did not go like that at all. So get up at 4 something in the morning. I don't even think I got home till 12, to be honest. Got up at 4 something in the morning, polled, ate breakfast. I was on it, right? And so I started taking stuff out to, like, it was furniture that I was just like, fuck it, somebody could have it. I go outside. My car is not where it's supposed to be. A bitch got towed on moving day, y'all. So I'm sitting here like, this can't be real life, bro. This cannot. But it was very much, very real. So I call my mom, and she's ripping me a new asshole. And I'm trying to call the tow truck number. In all the times I lived here, this is the second time I got towed. This is the third time I've got towed in my life. But I'm calling the number, and it's going straight to voicemail. Ain't nobody picking up. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? How am I supposed to find my car? So then I think what I ended up doing was Googling the number. I got the address to the place. I get there, the place more or less don't exist. It's somebody else. So I think they were a tow company, just not the people who had my car. So they look my car up in the system, and they talking about it's in fucking Temple Hills. But that don't make sense, y'all, because my apartment is in Adelphi. So I'm like, why would my car be all the way out there? That don't make no sense. So I'm on the phone with the lady, and she's like, we don't have your car, ma'am. We don't have your car. And I'm like, I'm literally looking at a paper. They looked it up and said that you do. And this is the number. Well, that's not us, and da-da-da. So after going back and forth with her, it turns out that they do, in fact, have my car. They have 2 locations, and it was a location that's closer to Highsville. So go get my car, and then I'm trying to finish moving out. So then I ended up getting a U-Haul truck, which is what I wanted to avoid. Because if it's one thing I'm going to do, it's tie some shit to my car, okay? When I have tied stuff to Forest. I have. I never tied anything to Bella. That was my first car, a little white Toyota Corolla. And then Charlie was a forest green Toyota Corolla, and let me tell you, Charlie done seen some things. I tied especially when I moved out of my ex house. I said, fuck that nigga. I'm like, he's not coming home to me. He's gonna come home to this damn dog. That's it. That's all. Like, there is no trace of me in his house. I let him keep some of the furniture because I was like, I don't need it. But I was just like, I wasn't having it. And he had this like huge marble table that was just so fucking big and heavy and unnecessary, but it was in my storage, which is crazy because this nigga, when I was moving out, because he was the same one, I was like, oh, you're not teaching anymore, save some money, when I'll help you pay for storage. That nigga didn't pay a single penny for storage, so much to the point that like when it came time to actually like move in and he had to like move some stuff too, I was like, you can put it in the storage. And he's like, nah, that's okay, because you ain't want to pay for the shit. Like, he was so reluctant. He had an attic, so he put most of his shit up in his attic, which I'm pretty sure I still have stuff in the attic, but I don't give a fuck. It's clearly I don't need it. But he was so adamant about not putting anything in there until he finally realized he had to keep that table. So he put it in my fucking thing. But anyway, neither here nor there. But it was like, I guess it is here because I'm talking about it, but it was like, it was a serious heavy duty table. And I went in that storage and I pulled it out and I like pushed it up to the top of my roof and tied that bitch, dropped it off in his house. Like, I gave no fucks. Everything was tied to Charlie. And then the only thing that I've ever tied to the top of Forest, I had an art piece that was too big to fit because it was like 4x4. And this is when I had a studio space and I had to move out of the studio space. So the only way I could get it out besides trying to find a bigger truck or a U-Haul was to tie it. But, and I think about it, let me see, when I moved back in here, when did I get, I don't remember how my bed got in here, because I have a queen size bed now, and moving that bitch out of here was a nightmare, bro. I don't remember it being that hard to move it in, because I had a full, let me see, I had a twin for a very long time, and then my mom got a new bed. This is when I was like living with her before I moved in here, and she gave me her full that she had for years. And then my stepdad at the time had given me the queen size bed my first time moving in here, because I remember my ex had helped me move it in. But I don't remember moving out, and I don't remember moving it in. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, I really didn't want to get a U-Haul. Like, I tried to put, so my couch had like a chair, and I'm sitting on the ottoman to the chair, and I thought that the chair was gonna fit in my car. It did not. So I had to suck it up and get the U-Haul. So I finally went and got the U-Haul, and so it was one day. I really need to stop picking this. Oh my God, I need to. But see, now it's like stuck, and y'all been seeing them memes where it's like, people's like the scab that just took 45 minutes trying to heal over. That's me right now. Okay, let me put my hands behind my back. So I went to go get the damn U-Haul, and that's where I was. So before, this is like rewind, like maybe earlier in July, because I had got my storage unit in the beginning of July, because I knew I was gonna be moving out in the first month. Oh, I got candy in my pocket. The first month was free, so I was like, so it's not just one big moving day. Let me just slowly move shit out of here, which was a very good thing, but also a very bad thing too. And this story kind of explains it. So it was like one day I'm minding my business, just like, okay, what am I really not using? And I was carrying something to my car. So I come back and I get some more stuff to put in my car. And my plan was to go to storage that evening. But the second trip down, this dude is on the elevator. And he's talking to me like, oh, I will help you. And I was like, no, I'm fine. Because it wasn't heavy things. And he's like, no, I help you. And so I was like, okay, Kia, you always talking about how you be doing stuff. You superwoman. You need to help other people. This is the perfect example. Just let the nigga do the shit. Cool. So then I realized that he was saying he had been seeing me from the balcony and like he purposely came downstairs to help me move. And I'm not gonna lie, that creeped me out a little bit. Not in like I didn't feel like he was creepy, but like somebody paying attention to me like that made me uncomfortable. Because now, like I try to really keep it under wraps. If you didn't know I was moving, you didn't need to know I was moving. So, it's like, okay, now somebody in the building know that I'm moving, and you know what my car looked like. I don't like that. So then he was like, asking all these questions like, oh, you're moving, you need help, I can help you, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, you're doing it right now? Which my plan, again, I had said I was going to go that night, but it threw me off because I was like, no, I'm fine, because I'm definitely not getting in my car. And I don't want you to know where my storage unit is. Like, I don't need you in my business like that. So I was like, no. And he was like, well, when are you moving? I was like, I'm slowly moving out, like, over the course of the month, but I'm leaving at the end of the month. He's like, oh, take my number down, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. So I took his number down, but I got 2 phones. So I didn't have my second phone on me because I didn't want him to have my main number. That's the whole reason why I got the second phone. And like, yes, you could use a Google Voice and da-da-da. But for the organization between all of that. So I didn't have the second phone. So I took his number down in my main phone. So we're walking back to the apartment, and he's talking about how he's African, he's new to this country, and how, like, in his country, they help their brothers and sisters, and all this other stuff, and, like, what's wrong with you Americans? Y'all don't ever ask for help, this, that, and the third. And my whole thing is just like, nigga, I was minding my business, and the way you ran up on me to help me threw me way left. So that was my gripe. But again, I took it as like, I didn't want to text him right then and there, because he said something about, he was like, you didn't even text me. And then it was my time to get off the elevator. So I was just like, deuces. Because I don't want you to have my number. And I don't need help right now. So fast forward to moving day. I had the morning that I had. I now have the U-Haul truck. So as I pull up, it was my intention to text him. Like, hey, do you happen to be here? I could use help. Just as my luck would have it, as I back into the space, he's walking in. And he's like, oh, you're moving? Do you need help? I was like, yes. Like, I was just about to text you. Thank you. Da-da-da. And he was like, oh, check my number down. I was like, I have your number. He was like, oh, you said you were going to text me. You never did. I said, because I didn't need help. He was like, I saw you moving. Now you're being weird again. Now you're being weird. I was like, yes, I didn't need help. Like, I was going to text you. So he's like, okay, can we do like 30 minutes? I was like, yeah, take your time. So I get him, I tell him where I'm at. Because again, in my head, I'm thinking, I'm going to get all this shit out today. I'm thinking, y'all, the U-Haul was way too fucking small. It was too small. The only things that fit in there were my mattress, my box spring, my couch, and the chair. Which is really, that's all I needed to fit. Oh, and then my juniper tree, which is all I really needed to fit. Because everything else I was able to move with my car. Besides, like, one thing, I used a different van. But all the other, like, I needed to U-Haul for that. So it ended up working out in that regard. But y'all, this man took my mattress. And that's when I really was like, this is why I don't be asking motherfuckers for help. Because he was just so rude about it. And he's like, I got it. Go do this. Go do that. Like, who are you talking to? But you break your back. I don't care. So he's like dragging my mattress or whatever. He gets it in there. He kind of just throws it in. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. So then next is the box spring. So again, it was just like, do that. Open the door. Grab this. I got it. Da-da-da. So I'm just watching him like flail all over the place. Like, all right, whatever. We get downstairs. I open up the U-Haul doors. That was the other thing. He was getting mad that I was locking the door. I don't know what people be on. Nobody's stealing my shit. So yes, I'm gonna lock these motherfucking doors. This neighborhood is ghetto as hell, okay? So he's trying to put the box spring in. And y'all know the box spring, you got like the side where it's hard that you put the mattress on. And then the other side is like, it's just wooden pallets. And it's open. Like if you wanted to put stuff in it, you could, even though you shouldn't. So common sense, which we know is not common, you should put the open side down and put the harder surface up so that you can easily put things on top. I'm trying to explain this to him because he's loading it backwards. And I'm like, I really think that you should turn it around and da-da-da. And y'all, he stopped. Like, he's like this, trying to shove it in. He stops and looks at me. I do it this way. You got it, brother. Go ahead. So he just keep doing it. He's struggling. And I'm just sitting there because I don't know who you just yelled at because it wasn't me. So you just keep doing whatever. So it goes in. So then next is the couch. He's fucking dragging my couch. I'm like, oh my God. This is like, would I probably have broken my back doing it myself? But this is why I do shit myself, bro. So he's like trying to put the couch in like the way, and I can kind of show you, for those of you who are watching, I could show you how the couch is. This is just the same. So like the back of the couch is solid, like this part where my knee is, and then you have the front like that. So I'm telling him to put the couch on its side so it can slide in. This nigga puts it in like this. So now the fucking ow shit, my toes. The fucking couch is in the hose. What the fuck, bro? So then the chair comes and he's stuffing it in, and then he takes the tree. And juniper trees, during the winter, they like turn black and lose all their color. So juniper is getting his color back. And that also means that he's like losing all his dead leaves. Excuse me. So it's fucking juniper fucking leaves everywhere. Like, it was just a hot mess. So he's sitting here like, I was like, because after the couch came down and we came back up to the chair, I was like, I'm done. Like, you're good. I don't need any more help. He was like, but you have all this stuff. No, I don't need any help. I'm okay. Like, no. And nothing else was going to fit in the fucking thing anyway. So, and the whole time he was talking to me about like, oh, I've been here for 6 months. I don't have a job. Like, I do moving. I hang out at Home Depot and help people move, So he helps me do that or whatever. And he's like, you sure you don't need help? No, I don't need any help. I'm fine. And clearly literally nothing else will fit in this van besides the dolly. So he comes back upstairs to the 4th floor with me. And we're in the elevator and he's talking about something. You got something to eat for me? Nigga, I got a glass of water. I don't have food for myself. I'm moving out. Like, no, I don't have no fucking food for you. Which I know is like, I was going to tip him regardless. But it's like, for you to ask me, do I have food for you? I don't know. I felt like that was a little crazy. That was just a little bit crazy to me. And if you think I'm wrong, like, I know sometimes people are like, oh, now, if you were helping me move in, which is what we have done, like the times that we have moved, my mom has ordered a pizza or ordered food and given food to the movers, like that. Yes, you helped me move 4 items, bro. No, I don't. And you just came in the house with groceries, bro. Go eat your own fucking food, dog. I'm moving out. I don't have any food. If I was moving in, maybe I would have made you a sandwich. But actually, I wouldn't have made you a sandwich the way you was acting. Because I don't need no niggas talking about something. Go make me a sandwich. Okay? Anyway. Sorry, y'all. These damn mic. So, I was like, no. I got a glass of water. So, he comes in. He's really trying to like, at this point, I don't want any. Because I stopped talking to him after the first time he got smart with me when he was still moving the mattress. So at this point, and he making comments like, oh, you look tired. No, nigga, I'm irritated and I'm really trying not to curse you out. Because I really am grateful and I really am appreciative. And I'm trying to like really think about, this would have been so much harder had I done it myself. But this is ridiculous. So, I wasn't really necessarily trying to say that I was frustrated and irritated because I just didn't feel like it was going to be a productive conversation with him. And so I just said, like, he was like, oh, you're tired? I was like, it's just been a long day. So he trying to make small talk. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see your face. I just want to see you walking out that door. See, I heard it all before. I love that song. Yeah. So I asked him like, hey Goldie. I asked him, do you have Cash App? He's like, no, I have Zelle. I'm like, God damn it. Cause Zelle, numbers. So I had money in like my Spicy Work account, and my Zelle finally finished setting up so that it has like that it gives that information versus the other information. So I Zelled him from there, and I was like, literally, it was a miracle that I even had the money to do it for real, which is another reason why I didn't really want to ask nobody for help, because I don't got no money to pay you unless you doing it for free. I tried to put an ad out on FetLife, but that didn't work out, clearly. So he just keep trying to tell me how he been in the country for 6 months and he don't got a job and he's from Senegal, and do I know anything about Senegal? That's the same place that Akon is from. And I'm just like, dude, get out of my apartment, bro. I don't want to talk to you. So then he was asking me like, you don't need help getting it into the like wherever you're taking it, who's gonna help you? So I lied. I was like, my friend is meeting me there, cause like, leave me alone. I told you no, leave me alone. So that was that. Then what else happened? So after all of that, because the juniper tree was just shedding and I still had other stuff in here that I was just like, I can't do this. So I called my landlord and I was like, I need a couple more days. It's not, there's no way there's no way in hell. Because the U-Haul got to be back by 9. And I think at this point it was already like 6. So I was like, it's no way in hell that I'm going to get all of this shit done. And let's not forget, I've been up since 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, bro. So she was like, it's fine. Take your time, da-da-da. So, moving stuff. But what happened was, when I get to storage to put all this shit in the storage unit, it was no room. So this goes back to when I was saying I was trying to be proactive and like pack it, because in my head, right, it was like, I'm gonna put all my art stuff on this side of the storage unit, and then all this side of the storage unit is gonna be like my furniture and shit, like the stuff I really don't need, and in the middle could be like clothes, so I can come in and like switch things out during because I'm staying with someone until I get a couple things in order, so I have a more permanent thing. So I was like, I'm basically gonna be living out of storage. And in my head, the vision was visioning. Y'all, let's just say I fought my mattress, okay? I gotta call him back. I fought with that thing. Yes, I did. And I was literally like, I had to climb up over my couch to like pull the mattress. I'm like hanging in the damn storage unit like this. By the time I got everything in, so the way it was packed, I had to put, did I take the chair and the couch at the same time? Or no, I took the couch first. Or did I take the chair? No, I took the couch first. And then I took the chair. And then the box spring. And then the mattress, because that's how it was packed. And then I dropped Juniper off at a friend's house. And so the box spring, I had to push up over everything. So this is now on the ceiling. The mattress, since it was the last thing, that bitch, if I still have a picture, I'm going to post it in here because that shit was looking crazy. So I think the next day something came out at work. So I had to go to work. And it was like, I can't move anything else into this storage unit until I reorganize it. So I had to go to storage and pull everything out that bitch to like put it back in to make it make sense. So then I had to come back. There was a couple more things. I was like, all right, like I was trying to keep some of my larger furniture, because I was like, once I get like a studio space, I can use that for shelving for my art materials. Bro, I was like, I just gotta let it go. Let it go. Let it go. I don't know the rest of the words. So did that. I think that day my friend's son was turning 1, so I was like, I gotta go to the little baby birthday party. Y'all, I get to the fucking birthday party, and this is like, universe, I know you hear me. I'm grateful. I have so much gratitude. Never get me wrong. I am grateful. I am blessed, okay? For everything, I am so blessed. You be hearing me when I be asking for protection. But when I be asking for the money, you just turn your ears off. This is selective hearing if I ain't ever heard it. You hear me for everything else but the fucking money, bro. Like, what is going on? So, but again, grateful, because things could always be so much fucking worse. So I pull up to the birthday party. It's at a community center. I come in, and I be reversing the whip, okay? I very rarely pull in. I only ever pull in if like I'm really in a rush and I'm trying to go. And it's usually because like, if I need a jump or if I need to get a tow, it makes it easier to back in. And it just makes it easier to get out of a space because you can see what's going on. So 9 times out of 10, I am backing into a space. So I was prepping to back into a space. Y'all, I heard a loud ass pop. I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then my car just started rolling in the deep. Just rolling. I try to put that bitch in reverse. All of it. It's not doing nothing. It's making these like all types of crazy sounds, and it just keep rolling forward. So I put the car in park. The bitch is still moving. I was like, oh my God. So, it's niggas in the parking lot like, damn, what the fuck going on? Like, making fun of me and shit. I'm like, oh my God. And literally, the only thing that stopped my car from going into a ditch was like them little cinder blocks that be in the ground in the parking lot. And I'm sitting here taking up 2 parking spots in a damn community center. So, I'm just like, I'm proud of myself because I was able to guess it. My axles broke. I thought one, but both of my axles broke. So, my car was virtually useless. And so I'm sitting here like, I just had to pay for a tow. I still have to like pay my other bills and catch up on stuff. And now this. And now this. But again, that shit could have broke on the highway in traffic. It could have did some crazy shit, but it didn't. So, always grateful. I'm like, bro, please, can I just get a year, just a year, like without, and I'm not even asking for no problems for real. I'm just saying chill out a little bit, chill out, because I'm really, what fine print did I not read that said I wanted to be the strongest soldier? Because I didn't. I don't want to be. I want to opt out, please and thank you, immediately, expeditiously. This is ghetto as fuck. I'm not built for this shit. So it's just like, at that point, I was like, I lost it. And so Katie was like, Kiki, it's okay. Da-da-da. So thankfully, it was, because then, people was like, oh, it's the transmission. It's this, that. I'm like, oh my God. All I'm hearing is dollar signs. Ding, ding, ding. Like, they're just racking up. I'm like, I cannot live my life this way. So, yeah. That has been, our past like a week and a half at the time of this recording. And so by the time this comes out, because I already have another episode queued up for the actual week that I'm recording. Then I have to record next week's episode, and then this comes out. So as always, it's been a month. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what have I learned in my 20s? Like, I've had a time. I've learned a lot about myself, how I work with others, how I want to build with others, and just what I want for myself. A beautiful time. And so, like, it's like I definitely see what everybody's saying is like, your 20s really is for you to just kind of trial and error the shit out of stuff. Now, of course, like I've been saying, it's a difference between just completely fucking up. And some people in my family might be like, no, what the fuck is she doing? She's a fuck up. Their opinion. You can't, other people's opinions, whatever. But like, in all honesty, I could be doing a lot worse for some of the things. And there's still I had a conversation with my mom the other day, that she said some things and I was like, that's how you feel? Like, I was pissed, y'all. I was pissed. I'm not gonna lie, I was pissed. But, I'm like, I can't be mad. And there's definitely a lot of work that needs to be done, for sure. And then it was just like, with all this stuff going on, things didn't really go how I wanted them to. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a break from the podcast. Which then I started thinking, I was like, around this time last year is when I took a break from the podcast. At the time that this is released, like a couple weeks, because it was after the whole cruise shit. But it was like, I took a break. So maybe it's just like every year I'm gonna take a break from like September to December or some shit, or just September to January. And I was like, I don't really want to do that. Like, I don't feel like I need to or want to take a break, but things may change. Because I'll also, by the time this is released, I will have started school again. So who knows? But yeah, I'm turning 28, and looking at my life as a whole, looking at my 20s, like, and yes, I'm still in my 20s, but I'm in the later half. Like, I have 2 more years of my 20s, and a lot can happen in 2 years. But I'm excited. Like, take the time to reflect. Take the time. I started, I told you how I get up every morning and I write my affirmations and stuff. But what I've started trying to do, because it hasn't been as consistent, like this is technically day 3. So what I've been trying to do is a mandala a day. And so what that is like, it's a circle, and then you just like create within the circle. And usually it's like pattern type. And so what I've been doing is I'll do gratitude, and I'll reflect on my day and think about everything that happened. Like, what am I grateful for? Either being able to see this person, this conversation that I had with this person, some opportunity or something that I am blessed. Like, I know one of the things I had wrote down was just like being able to have a job. And my job is like, as irritating as a lot of the things could be, I have a lot of flexibility and freedom in my position, and I'm grateful for that. Like, I don't necessarily have anybody micromanaging my every move, you know? And so it's like, you know, it's those things. You gotta reframe some of these things and really think about, like, it could be worse. I could not have a job. I could be completely ass out. Like, I might have family members that don't necessarily, may not be proud of me, or might have their own little like whatevers about me, but also I have family members that are there for me and support me. And, you know, so it's just like, what can I truly be grateful for? Some things might not be in the best position, but at least, you know, I have this. So so I did like the day, and then all the things. Like, I just go through every single thing, because I know some people do like 3 things that I'm grateful for, 5 things that I'm grateful for, which if you don't really find yourself journaling, because I always have this like, I can never be consistent with journaling, and I think right now really I'm focusing more on consistency. That's like, okay, consistency and discipline, that has to be my jam right now. Like, it has to be. Some people will do like, okay, 3, 5 or whatever. And I'm just kind of like, I want to look at my day as a whole. Because I'm also reading this book too. I've had this book since I was teaching. One of the guidance counselors, my last year teaching, or maybe it was the second year, I don't remember, but she got this book called Permission to Feel. Unlocking the Power of Emotions to Help Our Kids, Ourselves, and Our Society Thrive. And it's by Mark Brackett, PhD. And he is, I don't know, is or was, I didn't really look up him, or like if he's still alive. So I don't know. But the author of this book works in education, so there is like a lot of, especially the first chapter, there's like connecting it back to being in the schools and like how teens are really fucked up, like, and it's talking about just like emotional intelligence and how, you know, how it's like, feel your feels, like your feelings are always valid, they tell us more about ourselves. And I've been wanting to read this forever, but it's one of those things that I start, stop. So it's giving you like skills on how to just tap in. So I'm really excited to finally kind of read this. But this is like, I'll read a little chapter. When we deny ourselves the permission to feel, a long list of unwanted outcomes ensues. We lose the ability to even identify what we're feeling. It's like, without noticing, we go a little numb inside. When that happens, we're unable to understand why we're experiencing an emotion or what's happening in our lives that's causing it. Because of that, we're unable to name it, so we can't express it, either in terms the people around us can understand. And when we can't recognize, understand, or put into words what we feel, it's impossible for us to do anything about it. To master our feelings, not to deny them, but to accept them all, even embrace them, and to learn to make our emotions work for us, not against us. So I forget what maybe, feelings. So I was talking about gratitude. So how I've been doing the mandalas is just like writing down how my day went, what I'm grateful for, and then in translation, like in the circle, kind of just using line, shape, and color to express like, okay, like what were my emotions throughout the day? So like the only one that I have done right now, and maybe I'll put a picture in it, but it's like the blue is like really, I had a good calming day. And then the orange is just kind of like I had a little bit of an irritant. I think maybe I went to work that day and something happened that really got on my nerves. And then I was able to spend some time with a friend, so adding like that little kind of color in. And then I had like a burst, like a yellow burst, and it was just like just really the gratefulness within myself. And so yeah, I'm excited to try to keep doing it. And I'm trying to like, I haven't been doing, I don't know what it is, but it's something about center, because I mentioned it a while ago, yoga with Adrian, the center one. I don't know why. This is the second time I've tried to complete it, and I keep ending it around the same day. So I haven't been doing any yoga, organized yoga. I've been just trying to like at least stretch for about 15 minutes a day at the very least. But yeah. Yeah. I don't really know if I have anything else to say. I'm tired a little bit, for sure. Grateful and excited to see what comes of this. Something I've been doing. So I'm really excited with FinDom stuff. With tomorrow being my birthday, and I'm turning 28, what I decided to do this month was, because July worked out. July, I was very consistent. I'm a beta tester for an AI for sex workers. GPTs. This whole time I thought it was Chat GBT. It's Chat GPT. Crazy. But GPTs. And so that's been helping me kind of like get my shit together. I'll talk more about it on Tales of FinDom. But last month, I think before I started using it, I had like scheduled 2 videos per week. I was like, that's what I can do. I was real ambitious. I was like, this month for my birthday, the theme is 28 days of temptation. So from the 3rd to the 30th, there's a clip releasing every single day. At the time of this recording, I'm like maybe, I think I'm scheduled, what is today? Today is the 8th. I'm scheduled to like the 12th. So I still have 18 more clips, but I've been using my backlog and just like helping doing voiceovers and shit. And then what else? And coming up with ideas for some other things to record. But I have this really hot idea for my birthday, the like happy birthday mango video. Let's just say it in close. Some whipped cream on my titties, and I'm trying to cake sit in again. So I don't know if I ever talked about it on this, but I did one cake sitting video. I think either earlier this year or last year. I don't remember when I did it. It was fun, but it was the messiest shit I've ever done. So I was like, I'm never doing cake sitting again. But I had this idea came to me like a thief in the night, and I was like, okay, I'll try it again and do it this way, see how it goes. And yeah, so I'm really excited to like finally just be done with this apartment, so I could just be like, because it's been like work, move, whatever else. Like it's been so hectic. So it's finally gonna slow down, thank God, a little bit. But yeah, y'all. I don't have any acid mango. I don't have anything else. I have to move this load to the dryer, so I'm gonna record Toy Talk and maybe a mini-sode while I wait for that. So y'all be safe, make good motherfucking choices.